what are some things that you're seeing in the franchising world now that might be different or unique than they were, say 5 to 10 years ago?
I'm glad you asked that question because I think that many brands have kind of wisened up, and what they found is that there's a candidate. If you look at what's going on in the economy right now, we still have really low unemployment historically. I think during the pandemic, it was as high as 8 or 9%, or whatever that was. We're still at maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4%. And what that means is that the candidate really wants to run a business semi-absentee, meaning they can
Yeah.
keep their day job and maybe the spouse will help with the business or something like that. So what that means is franchisors are adjusting. Ones that otherwise would only accept owner operator candidates are now accepting semi-absentee candidates. And they're really creating this whole ecosystem where literally back at the head office, they're having like call centers and just all these great ways to, or even booking to kind of streamline processes and allow franchisees to get a good value for their investment.
Yeah, that's really good. I've also seen. So my cousin owns a Mosquito Joe,
Okay.
and he also owns a Holiday Light company. This is something I've
Okay.
seen a lot with the franchising world lately. I'm not sure if you're seeing it too. I'm seeing a lot of franchisees that own like those seasonal type businesses, like outdoor pest control.
Yep.
Also, they're like stacking up franchises. So like they'll own a pest control, but they'll also own like Christmas lights, and so or they'll also own like a pool service company. That way they can keep their staff from each of the companies kind of like employed throughout the seasons. Have you seen something similar to that at all?
I'm so glad you brought that up because that's a trend inside of franchising, right? Where
Yeah.
businesses that are seasonal, like mosquito spraying, they go into other seasonal businesses like holiday lighting. I've definitely seen
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
holiday lighting is just a profit machine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like those kind of just popped up out of nowhere over the past
Yep,
couple of years. Like
absolutely.
I had never heard of such a thing. And then I heard of Wonderly Lights, which is there's one in Virginia Beach, like their office is there. And then this past holiday season, I swear I saw like every single house down the road had a yard sign up for some type of holiday lighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. So you are seeing like I guess are there any like unique stories or instances you've seen where folks are stacking up those seasonal businesses? Like are they just sticking to like one or two, or have you seen some doing more than that, like three or four?
One of the interesting things I've seen is it's not necessarily stacking up businesses that are seasonal or not. I've seen people, you can always expand horizontally,
Yeah.
meaning you can go ahead and buy businesses to have different regions. You can own North Houston and South Houston, but like you say, you can also expand vertically, right? Meaning,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to have something else going on. Some of my placements, I've noticed that they've actually had two businesses that aren't necessarily related to one another, but it's just kind of interesting, right? Like one person might have driveway sealing along with mosquito spraying, just to kind of spread their risk around.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really smart. We have a client that does heating and air conditioning. They're not a franchise, but they do heating and air
Okay.
conditioning. And they reached out and they were like, "We're thinking about starting garage doors as a separate business, but like we're not sure if it's a good idea." And I was like, "How many customers do you have in your database for heating and air conditioning?" They're like,
Yep.
"Oh, like 9,500." And I was like, "You have nothing to lose by spinning up a
Yep.
garage door company. Like you have the
Absolutely.
you have the contacts. You've already earned their business once.